I didn't record my my work on the quill here. You can see the graduation there, the 1-inch mark. And so I'll hold the scale at 1 inch. So you can see what I removed. Essentially, I took a 1/2 inch of material off of the nose of this. But all my MT3, see, that's just right there. Okay, that one works. Now this one here always worked. This is the sleeve, and it no longer goes in, you know, to a 1/4 inch. It obviously didn't go in as far, but it does engage. And then this dead center never worked before, and that's probably right where it should be in the scheme of things. So my forget if this works or not, I'm pretty sure it does. This is my MT3 ER32 collet holder. I gotta scroll out a little bit to get that baby going. And it works just barely. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I could probably, let's see how, if I really drive that home. Yeah, it works. It's all that matters. It's never intended to go back here anyway. You never know when you might need an ER32 on your tailstock. So, yeah, all my MT3 stuff works. I'm sorry I didn't videotape it, but it was just, you know, a lot of facing. I hit this inside with my brand new Noga tool, and I deburred this with a neutral insert tool, and filed this keyway out a little bit, and it's all good. A 1/2 inch shorter. Looks just like a penis, only smaller. Hey guys, I'm out here in the shop with Peaches, Paigey. Hey Buzz. Hey Buzz, smile. Smile. Buzz will smile sometimes. And there's Gordy. He is a handful. He's a Cairn Terrier. These are Chihuahuas. I always despised people who carried these around in strollers and had clothes for them. And, well, a buddy of mine offered me $1,000 to take these dogs off his hands. I would have took them for nothing. But the money was well spent for spay and neutering, whatever the females get. Hi, Busby. And Buzz is just a good old boy. He's just... And this guy here, we had a cat that had some health issues, a kitten. Had maggots coming out of his rear end, all open, his wounds. And this guy was so gentle with him. Now they terrorize the cats. So I know tailstock alignment is it's kind of a hot topic right now. It's it's not as, it's hotter than my desire to address it right now. I've gotten some great advice on how to do it, and different methods, and I really appreciate that, and I will definitely be looking at that. Someone sent me a link to the video. It was very helpful, and I will implement all that, but I'm just not ready to do it today. I want to utilize this thing somehow to mount a camera out here over the chuck. So that's kind of rolling around in the back of my mind. And I have a Gage, Sheffield Corporation, Dayton, Ohio. That's where I'm at, Dayton, Ohio, because that's where I grew up. I live outside of Dayton now. This is a Gage 5/16 24 National Fine. So my intention here today is to turn some threads. I got a piece of hex here I'm going to round off and try to utilize this Gage. So that's a start. So this should get me around 261. We'll go ahead and finish that off. Take 11/1000ths now. I'm going to speed this up. Maybe this is going to be we'll go to 490. So what else has he got in his pockets? I'm not going to apologize for anything here. Okay, we have our keys with our 9999 fine silver key fob, weighing in at 25 grams. And then we have a German bullion, Geiger, I don't know how to say it. And this is one that you're supposed to buy it and keep it in its protective wrap. You see the edges are quite worn from being in my pocket. It's dropped a couple of times. So that's in my pocket. Then I have one here that has a picture of the White House on one side. In the obverse, well, I don't want to offend anybody. And this is a 19 gram 4/9 fine silver, and I call this the Pocket Moon. And basically this was what was left in my crucible after pouring, and I pried it out and deemed it the pocket moon. And it weighs 19 grams. And then I have another nut. This is a 256. And it's found its way into my daily life as well. So let's go ahead and get these things back in their place. I keep the silver in my pocket to remind me of the value of my my other money. And just get you set up here on the tailstock. And we need to get this turned down to 312 thousandths. So I need some fresh material. Let's just do the other end. Wow. Let's go. So that thing will just start on there, but it won't thread on. So I'm going to try do 5 thousandths. It's hard to remember if I have this thing. Okay, I'm going to do another 5 thousandths. That felt a little better. That looks good. I'll bet you that one. I'll bet you this one threads right on. It's very crisp. Very crisp thread, nice peaks. Not quite there yet. It surprises me. Let me do a scratch pass. For a spring pass. That was rather senseless because So that thing will just start on there, but it won't thread on. So I'm going to try do 5/1000ths. It's hard to remember if I have this thing. Okay, I'm going to do another 5/1000ths. That felt a little better. That looks good. I'll bet you that one. I'll bet you this one threads right on. It's very crisp thread. Nice peaks. Not quite there yet. It surprises me. Let me do a scratch pass. For a spring pass. That was rather senseless because do another 10/1000ths. I'm just going to do a spring pass. off my go gauge. And it is going. That's probably the first verified threads that I made, because it's the only gauge that I have. Let me go take care of these dogs, make sure they have food and water. Water the plants. Why isn't it coming off? Oh, there it is. Very nice. So that's a national fine, 5/16, 24. National fine. A little tight right there. And remember, this isn't round. This is still hexagonal. You hardly notice, but it is hexagonal. Okay, let's go look at the backyard. Gordy wants out. He found his way out. Here's my Dayton bicycle. It's just kind of yard art, waiting to be displayed. Got the badge. Girl's bike. Here's the raised garden. Now this next thing I was opposed to, but I'm beginning to grow on me. I didn't want to put a skid out here in my backyard. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out in the woods and get me a big bush. I'm going to chop it off at the ground and I'm going to screw it to this skid. And it'll be my artificial bush. Okay, so there's the raised garden, there's the garden area. It's the propane tank, the convenience store cup garden up here on the fence. Of course, everything is dead, but you know, it works, you know, in the summertime. And then we have our some kind of plants growing in here. It's a grill. This is also a little garden. This is the lid to my well. This needs readdressing. This is my rolling closet. Hang clothes on this, let them dry, but it needs a little reinforcing, a little work. And here's an artificial tree. We just have a couple shepherd's crooks with a bunch of branches zip tied to it. And there's the dogs have their own deck. Yeah. So, bird feeder. And here coming up is the side of our building is the front porch. And we have this very nice cast iron staircase, winding staircase. Needs attention. Little fire pit, little fire out here with the wife. When we first got this pig, we put it on the ground, our dogs freaked out. They didn't know what to call it. And this is our artificial tree. And it's just simply like a 3-gallon bucket full of cement. And, you know, zip tied branches. And of course, you know, they can feed right there, right in front of the window, bird bath. They can feed right there in front of the window, and you know, we can sit inside the living room and watch them as they feed. Hi, Gordy. Hi, Gordy. Okay, that's about it. Way back up there by the stop sign is the front of the building. We'll go take a tour of the store here maybe. And then here's the garage, the car. It's a Camry wagon. My daughter bought this, 90,000 miles on it. It needed a new engine carriage, I guess. Cradle. Just put new tires on it. It's got just over 100,000 miles. Looks like hell. You gotta leave the brights on 24/7, or at least at night, because the headlights point at the ground and there's no adjusting them. Here's some, I forget what these numbers meant, but they pertain to the lathe in some way. And before I decided to cardboard over the window, before my wife decided it would be a good idea to cardboard over the window. To keep prying eyes. Because I used to be out here till 6 in the morning and... Come on, Buzz. So, this is like, you know what, 15 feet, 14 by 12, something like that. And then here's like the normal garage kind of thing. And this baby here is just, it's gonna happen soon. We're gonna start using this thing. I'm gonna get a wheel, a diamond cup wheel, and I'm starting to learn a little bit about it, read a little bit about it. And it's too valuable of an asset to not use. I have it all wired up. Wire runs up to the ceiling, up to this switch, and then it goes into the wall. It comes out here with that socket, the orange socket, and makes its way across the ceiling down to here. So when I want to use that machine, I just simply unplug the lathe and plug in the KO tool cutter grinder to the phase converter. I love my mini lathe too, but this is the whip right here. And did I tell you that everything moving okay there? That my Go Gage spins right on this thing. No problems. Yes, I think I did show you that. And that's its hexagonness that's probably making it tight up here. Very clean threads. I guess the difference is a sharp tool. Not sure if you're seeing how crisp that is. I think you are. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be the last time. I've done 5 different takes of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving comments. And what's his name? Corey. Thank you so much for saying such nice things about me.